Keys Crop. It's arguably one of the hardest endgame challenges in Stardew Valley, requiring you to find, grow, and ship 500 key fruit in under a month. While it's difficult, as long as you're prepared, you can absolutely grow some of the fruits, use seed makers to get more key beans, and repeat that cycle until you have 500 fruits to ship. Seed makers are the best way to do this quest, and what make the quest not just this impossible slogfest of finding seeds out in the wild. The reward for finishing the quest is the highest that a quest can go, 100 key gems. It's more than worth the trouble. So my question is, can you do the quest without the seed maker? What does it take to do this quest without the vital piece of equipment that makes it possible for the majority of people who take on the challenge? Now before we get into that, here's a couple extra rules. As of 1.5, the best way to get key beans is fishing treasure chests. So to make this harder, I'm forcing myself to discover another way to do it. I'm only allowed to use one day in the 28 allotted days to fish. After that, no more fishing. Next, I can only allocate one day a week for a certain gathering method. For example, if I try to fight everything in the dangerous mines to get beans, then I can't do that again until 7 days have passed. This is so I can't just use the same method over and over, I have to try everything available to me. Finally, I'm in my endgame farm, so I can use whatever I happen to have at my disposal. I've got kegs, crystallariums, mystic trees, some crops I happen to have already grown, and materials to make most things. I ended up having to farm for a lot of items I needed anyway, so I'm fine with letting myself use what I've already got. We're starting on fall 1st, so we have exactly 28 days to do this. The first order of business I decided to do is cut down a whole bunch of trees. Yes, trees. Trees have two chances to drop beans, one when you cut the tree down and another when you break the stump. I also had some geodes on hand that I decided to crack open, but the chance for beans was absolutely cut down from what it once was. How many geodes still give beans, right? Right? Omni geodes give beans, right? Okay, good. Unless we get a ton of geodes and artifact troves, I don't see a point in trying to break these open again. I won't be able to cut down any more trees for a week either, so we'll have to get the ones outside of the valley another day. After the entire day, we're at 56 key beans. It looks much better than it is since we won't be able to grow trees fast enough to cut them down again. I decided that day 2 was my fishing day. I already have the pirate perk, so I just threw a treasure bobber and a dress spinner on my rod and fished up whatever I could. Funny enough, fishing wasn't actually nearly as useful as I expected it to be. From an entire day, I only got 34 beans. That number's completely fine for a normal playthrough, but it's not gonna be nearly enough for this. We're gonna need another strategy. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try treasure totems today. As it turns out, that might have been the best idea I've had yet. Treasure totems are apparently invaluable for this challenge. They spawn 18 Morn spots, each with a really high chance for 1 to 5 key beans. That in mind, I dedicated all of my time this day to foraging tactics. Stuff like worm spots, the island dig site, panning, stuff like that. I also planted some more mystic trees and slapped some tree fertilizer on them. I wasn't sure if I'd truly have time to make use of any of it. I didn't, but I figured there wasn't any harm in trying. I also decided to do some research, which I really hadn't done yet up to this point. Oh, no, the raccoon's wife gives fairy dust for mystic syrup. Okay. Don't worry, he's pretty stupid, but he'll figure it out eventually. For now, we end the day at 121 key beans. The fact that the treasure totems truly hadn't clicked for me yet is kind of insane since I just used 6 and wasted 1 and still got 40 beans from it. Day 4 had me explore the original reason I thought I could do this challenge. Since I had the dangerous mines active, I figured that I could kill enough dangerous mines enemies to get enough key beans through sheer combat alone. Turns out no. No, you can't. It took the entire day just to get 19 beans. This wouldn't even be the method if I did this for all 28 days, since I would need to leave time to actually grow the fruit. Next day, a good Skull Cavern run. From 6 AM to midnight, a lucky day, and eels. To be clear, yesterday was a full focus on combat, and today is a full focus on mining. And let me tell you, even outside of the challenge, this was a hell of a caverns dive. 33 beans, which is pretty good, but also half a stack of iridium. Day 6. Since I'm out of methods that I can really think of, all I can do is crack open the geodes and mystery boxes that I picked up in the caverns and sleep for 2 days so I can do the other methods again. I don't pick up much. In 70 plus breakables I get 4 beans and then I get 3 more from garbage cans. Skipping to the 8th, I chop down all the remaining trees on the entire map, including tap trees, desert trees, ginger island trees, even the fruit trees in my greenhouse were not spared. My man also made a discovery today. I can make 17. Wait, Fairy Dust works on tappers, right? Am I crazy for that? Oh my god, it works on tappers. That's wild. Okay. Huge. It's immediately huge. Before we get to that though, the trees get us to 196 beans total. It's time for treasure totems. I used the first 2 in the same area I did the first time, but then I had another big brain thought. Actually, you know what? I bet this is better in the dig site. Possibly the greatest, biggest brain play of all time. Watch this. So I started at 196. So what is 317 minus 196? That's 121 beans, which, considering that all you have to do for that is use some treasure totems. Not just that, that's the most treasure troves I've ever had. And then I get to do this. It's Geo today. And I have just a couple things to open. It takes a real-life half-hour and an auto-clicker, but eventually all of the 450 of the artifact troves, omni-geodes, mystery boxes, and coconuts are broken. It pushes us from 316 beans to 406. That's a clean 90 beans. And, you know, all of this, but who cares about all that? So I'm sure at this point you know where this is going. At this point, I'm pretty low on diamonds, so I head into the caverns to farm more diamonds and more beans. I only get 8 diamonds out of the run, but I've got a whole quarry of crystallariums. It might take a week to duplicate the items, but at this point I only need 75 more beans. 16 diamonds and 16 totems will be more than enough. Or 9, that works too. Nice. It's beautiful. It's just as beautiful as the day I left it. 9 totems later, we're up to 507 beans. Leo, I have enough. Alright, man. Leo doesn't give a shit. Not too bad, now it's just a matter of growing them. You know what's funny? That's not actually what those seed makers are from. They're not from the last key quest. I mean, a few of them are, but not all of them. Do I not have enough, like, space to plant these? There's no way I don't have 500 spots on the fucking Ginger Island farm of all places. Oh my god, I don't have enough space. That's insane. Is this enough? No, it's not enough. Man, that's so annoying. Fine, I'll fucking do 2 harvests. Whatever. I don't care anyway. $500. Key fruit. Nice. 500 key fruit. No seed maker. Scuffed as hell. I know for a fact it could have been better, cleaner, faster, but yes, it is absolutely possible to do Keys Fruit Quest without using a seed maker. Would I rather use a seed maker? Absolutely fucking yes. It takes an hour instead of 3 hours. Seed makers are fucking amazing. I miss them so much. Oh my god. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long for me to upload again. I moved into my own apartment. There might be some footage here if I remember to record any footage. If not, hopefully content can come out much sooner since I can record and edit and all that whenever I feel like now. I've actually got another video in the works of a 100% doors run, you know, the Roblox game. I also stream this whole thing on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/sleepysaffron. I'll be streaming there probably twice a week or so. No promises though, rent is expensive and I don't make any money from this, so, you know, I have a job. Like the video, subscribe, all that, or don't. It's a free country right now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. You want to know a little secret about this farm? Don't tell anyone. But I have this farm is a secret. These are sprinklers with pressurizers on them. Don't tell anyone my secret.